Hi there! Today I want to show you how I did this grunge style makeup look. It's kind of like a softer grunge makeup, so it's not too overpowering, but at the same time it is kind of smoky and intense. Well, let the tutorial begin. I'm going to start with my eyes. I don't really like applying eyeshadow straight on a bare lid, so I'm going to prime first. I'm going to use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. It's the original one. And this is going to ensure that the eyeshadow is not going to crease throughout the day, and also I will have an easier time blending than on a bare lid. I can't really remember because I haven't skipped eyeshadow primer in many years. I at least apply a little bit of concealer, but if I don't have a primer on, when I blend the eyeshadows, it kind of feels like I'm pulling my lid, so I don't know, it's kind of an uncomfortable feeling for me. I'm going to have to let this sit and dry for a minute or two. I'm going to use the Warrior 2 by Juvia's Place. What is happening with my black? It's cracking. I am going to start... I think I'm going to do a mix between this dark grey and this light transition shade. Because I do want something similar to this, but it's a tiny bit too dark. I'm just going to mix them directly on my brush. I'm going to start from my outer corner. And then after I placed out the majority of the pigment from my brush, I'm going to start bringing it inwards. I'm going to need to build that up a bit, so I'm going back to my palette. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm applying this all over my lid, so up to my crease. See how that makes my eye look so much rounder? It's really interesting. I'm gonna pick the transition shade now on a fluffy brush, a Morphe M506. And that is gonna go in my crease as a transition shade, but I'm going to start from my outer corner again, and then bringing it up to my crease and blending that grey shade. I'm going to do a smudged eyeliner. I'm going to need a black pencil. This one is from Sephora Collection, it's discontinued. Any black pencil works. So again, I'm gonna start from my outer corner because I usually like my intensity, like the darkest colors, to be on my outer corner. I'm going to do a slightly, like a small wing here, but it doesn't have to be precise because I'm going to take my pencil brush and extend it by flicking my brush starting from the outer corner towards my temples. And that created a faded wing. I'm also going to line the rest of my lash line. I separated this in two steps because I didn't want my pencil to dry out. If it was dry, I wouldn't be able to blend it. And I am also going to line underneath my lash line, just to make sure that skin color is not visible. I'm going to leave the eyes like this for now and move on to the face makeup. I'm going to mix the L'Oreal True Match Nude Plumping Tinted Serum in the shade 2-3 Light with a little bit of this Ultra HD Perfector from Makeup Forever, because this unfortunately is a tiny bit too dark for me. I'm gonna squeeze some on my hand and then a bit of the Makeup Forever one. Gonna mix them on my hand and apply it. I'm not gonna bother to get my bangs out of the way. I got lazy and I'm not applying makeup on my forehead at the moment because what's the point anyway? I'm gonna take the sponge and pick up the excess from my hand and start blending it in. Both of these have a very light coverage, so it's just to even out my skin a little bit without covering too much. So I do want the face makeup to be pretty light. I'm going to apply this YSL Touche Eclat concealer underneath my eyes. This one also has a very light coverage, so it's just going to brighten and even out a bit. I'm gonna do a little bit of highlighting with it, and I'm blending it in with the same sponge. Carefully not to go over the eyeshadow. I'm going to need to set the under eyes so I avoid creasing throughout the day. I'm gonna take this Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. I'm not going to use a lot of it, I'm just going to set my under eyes. I usually prefer my skin to stay dewy, so I'm slowly going to set my concealer. I'm looking up and stamping the powder underneath my eyes. I'm also bringing it down a little bit so I blur this pores area. If you have oilier skin, you can use it in your T-zone, like set your nose, forehead and chin area. Or you can set your entire face if you want to. If you like a more matte look. I want to do a little bit of contouring. My issue is that my NYX contour powder broke. I don't know why. I haven't even dropped it. So it just happened. Which is weird. But I'm going to keep using it like that. Maybe because I do this thing. Maybe I did put too much stress on my product. I'm gonna start from the top of my ear and bring it a little bit down like that. I applied too much product. I'm going to use the leftover on my jawline and underneath my nose. Then I'm gonna start blending. I'm going to pick up a little bit more because I want to do that little extension of the eyeshadow towards my temples. I usually do this especially if I have a neutral eyeshadow going on. I will start from my outer corner and blend the contour powder towards my temples. That kind of visually lifts the outer corner like that, and it also, I feel like it makes the whole look a little bit more cohesive. For blush I want to go for a corally one, which I can't really find in my normal blushes, so I'm going to use an eyeshadow. It's the shade Zomer from the NikkieTutorials and Beautybay palette. Nikki said once that she uses this as a blush, so I tried it then and it kind of works, so I'm gonna use it today. I'm gonna stamp it a little bit above the contour and keeping it on the sides of my face. And I'm gonna finish off the face with highlighter. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Baked highlighter in Moonlight Pearls. And applying it on my cheekbone. And a bit in the center of my face. Just the leftover from the brush. Back to the eyes, I'm going to take the same black eye pencil and line my waterline first. And then I'm going to take the pencil brush with a little bit of that dark grey from the palette. And I'm going to apply it in between my lashes. I'm not trying to go too low with it. Just really close to my waterline. I'm gonna finish off with a little bit of mascara, but first I'm curling my lashes with a lash curler, of course. And today I'm going to use the Essence False Lashes mascara. Also gonna use that on my lower lashes. For the lips I will go for a cool tone nude. I'm going to line my lips with the Boysenberry's Dusty Brown pencil. This is kind of like a taupe shade. I usually use this one when I do like a dark eye, similar to the one that I did today. I'm gonna fill in the sides a little bit. I'm actually going to apply it on the entire lip because I think I'm going to apply a clear balm on top. And I'm gonna finish it off with this multi-purpose shimmer balm to keep my lips hydrated. And this is the look complete. Let me know in the comments below what is your opinion about this grunge style. I definitely enjoy it and I do go for looks like this once in a while. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. I wish you an amazing day and I will see you next time. Bye!